Hello, everyone. Just waiting for some people to show up before I get started on some Thursday night pajama productivity sprints. This is something new that I'm trying out, um, and I don't normally do live shows that aren't book club on here, but I thought I would give it a go because I desperately need productivity sprints. I haven't found any that I want to watch. I really like doing the live productivity sprints. Um, so I figured I should do my own, and that would allow me to be productive with other people. Um, so comment in the chat what you are going to be working on. We're probably only going to be doing this for about an hour, so we'll do two little sprints. And yeah, let me know what you guys are going to be working on, and I'm going to tweet out the link so other people can join. So tonight I'm actually going to be working on draft 2 of my book. Um, if you guys haven't seen my 2 writing videos that I put out, in July, I started writing a book and I finished it right at the beginning of September, and then I took the rest of the month off. And this past Sunday, I actually picked it back up so I could do draft 2. I have the whole thing printed. This is only act 1. I had to separate it because it was a little too big for one binder clip. So right now, I'm working on draft 2, and I went through my first 10 or so chapters and hand wrote my edits on my copy. And um, now I'm just going into my draft and like actually putting them on. I'm separating it into a couple different sections. So Libby's reading corner says that she is reading The Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss. Are you enjoying your book? I know I want to do some reading, but right now writing is taking priority for me. And in just a couple minutes, we will go ahead and get started with the first sprint. I was thinking 20 minutes would be good. I definitely understand having to race through library books. I work for a library and I take out way too many things and they all come in at the same time. And that's currently where I'm at now is I have way too many things coming in at once. Um, and I have to read them and get them all done. But right now, with writing taking a priority, that is not working out so well for me. So we will go ahead and get started with a 20-minute sprint. Desiree, I really do not understand it at all because lately, with everything being so slowed down because of COVID, that includes library books because they buy the books, but they're not getting the books fast enough. And then it seems like I can have like a ton of things on order and it'll take forever. And then all at once, it's like everything is in delivery and it's just way too overwhelming for me. I returned 3 books that were part of a series this week. Um, one because I just didn't have time for them, but the other reason was I started listening to the audiobook of the first one in the series and it just was not working out for me. So thankfully I was able to return the 3 books and that kind of brought the list down for me. But um other than that, I still have like 4 books that I'm trying to get through from the library. And some of them just sit on my desk until the last day that I'm allowed to check it out. So I have to like maximize the amount of time I can get with it. All right. So go ahead and get whatever you want to work on or read during this sprint. We will sprint for 20 minutes. If you're just now joining us, let me know in the comments what you're going to be working on. I'm going to be working on draft 2 of my book. Um, and we will go ahead and get started. Okay, so that was 20 minutes. I actually wrapped up the chapter that I was working on and just started the next chapter. So probably the equivalent of 5 pages, maybe. A lot of the edits that I was finishing up in the previous chapter were minor things, nothing too major that needed to be done. Um, and right now I'm kind of a little stuck trying to figure out if the chapter that I'm working on is really a necessary chapter. I'm trying to rewrite it to make it necessary to the story because one thing I'm doing in this round of drafting is trying to condense some chapters in the way, or actually combine them is a better term, because I have a couple of shorter chapters that I think would be better if they were combined. Um, so that's kind of what I'm working on. But I'm trying to make this current chapter something that's worth keeping, and right now it's not worth keeping. You got 29 pages read. Good job. That's really good for 20 minutes. Let's see. If you are just now joining, I'm doing some productivity sprints. Um, Whatever you want to do, whether it be read, get some work done, whatever you want to do, now is the time to work on it. I'm probably going to do one more sprint for the night and then call it done for this first little productivity live. Since I'm new to this, I figured I would just keep it to about an hour. Um, and if you're just now joining, I am working on draft 2 of my book. And I don't think I talked about this earlier. I kind of have a deadline of wanting it to be done by the beginning of November. I think my like absolute deadline is probably going to be by like the 5th of November. Um, which I know that's kind of like a weird deadline. Um, but the reason behind that is because I want to have draft 2 ready for my 2 beta readers. And I'm going to be seeing them in November. So I have to make sure that it's done with enough time for me to get it printed and bound to give to them to be able to read and make their notes. I don't know if this is possible, but I'm going to try really hard to get it done. September was kind of a really stressful month and a really busy month, but October is looking much more free and open. So that is my kind of deadline, my personal goal. Let's call it that. My personal attainable goal for this draft. So if you're just now joining, let me know in the comments what you are going to be working on. And we're going to get started in just a minute with a 15-minute little sprint to wrap up the evening. I know it's not a very long live, but I wanted to keep it short and sweet for this first little productivity live. And I will be doing more of these, hopefully. The next one that I have scheduled is going to be on October 21st at the same time, 8 p.m. Eastern. If that changes, I'll announce it on my social medias, my Twitter and probably Instagram. I don't know. Twitter is where I mostly update things. And I'm planning on doing 2 or 3 a month. So I already have November scheduled and December scheduled as well. Um, and I do have some time off coming up too. So I made sure to schedule some time to do a live for you all um, during that time. So we're going to go ahead and get into this last sprint for 15 minutes on the clock. Let's go ahead and get started. All right. So that is the end of the 15-minute sprint. I was able to fix the chapter that I was working on for now, and I decided to um, leave it the length that it is. It's a short chapter. I thought about combining it with the next chapter, but I decided to just leave it for now, and I am moving on to the next chapter. Um, my plan was tonight to get caught up on my like written edits, get them all updated in the new draft. And I think that is still going to be my plan, to get that done just like after I eat dinner tonight, which is 3 more chapters, I think. Um, so that's not too bad. Let me know in the comments what you guys got done during that last little sprint. And we are going to be wrapping up this live show. Hopefully tomorrow I'll be able to get a lot more work done in draft 2 since I am off tomorrow, off from work. So I have a full day of stuff to do, and hopefully getting a good chunk into draft 2 will be one of them. That's really good that you got another 29 pages done in a shorter sprint. That's amazing. I hope you're enjoying the book. So I think that is going to be it for this live show today. Um, you can always check out the videos that I already have posted on my channel. I post once a week, at least once a week. Um, but I do post new videos every week, and you can catch more live sprints coming in the next couple of weeks. I think the next one I have planned is for October 21st at the same time, 8 p.m. on this channel. And then if you really like my content, I'm going to plug myself here. If you really like my content, consider checking out my Patreon. I'm going to hopefully have it linked in the description below. It should already be. But consider checking out my Patreon. My goal for the year is to get one patron supporter. So if you really like my content, consider checking it out. And that is all I have for this live show today. The next live show that I'm going to be in, it won't be on this channel, but that I'll be in is Pages and Pals, which is going to be on October 16th, at 5 p.m. Eastern. That is the monthly read-in group that I do over on Kathleen from For the Love of Books channel. And that is also the same weekend as Readerama, which is my readathon that I host. It's going to be going on from the 15th to the 17th. And we are partnering with Pages and Pals to do a big fun live sprint on Saturday night. And then my book club, which is the BookTube Chicks book club, is reading Damsel by Alana K. Arnold this month. And our live show is going to be on October 24th if you want to join us for that, on this channel. So that is all I have. And I will see you guys on the internet. Bye.